This is Dr. B. Krishnachandra Kirti, Assistant Professor of English, Dr. BRR Government College, Jadcherla. Today in this class, let us review the poem Punishment in Kindergarten by Kamala Das. Backdrop of the poem, if we consider the backdrop of the poem, Kamala Das reveals in her autobiography that the poem is based on her experience during a picnic to Victoria Gardens in Calcutta. While she was alone near a hedge, the other girls were playing. The insensitive teacher chided her for being alone. She ruminates over the childhood, hurt with a sense of mature detachment. So, the incident takes place. The poetess Kamala Das narrates an event from her schooling days, from her childhood. The poem was autobiographical and the poet narrates her experience during a picnic wherein her school organized a picnic to Victoria Gardens in Calcutta, and while all the other girls were playing, Kamala Das could not mingle or mix up well with her fellow students, her classmates, and she was alone near a hedge. A blue dressed woman who was their teacher, who was insensitive, scolded her, scolded the poetess Kamala Das for her being alone, for her inability to mix up well with others. She recollects, recalls, brings back her childhood feelings which were hurt with a sense of matured detachment. She contrasts her present feelings with those of her past feelings. The poem juxtaposes the past and the blurred images of people. So, here in this poem, the past, the feelings of the poetess of the past period when she was a child in her school, and her present feelings as a grown up elderly woman, adult woman, and the blurred images of people. Feelings are alive, but the images of people, her teacher and her friends, are all blurred. Although the poet declares that there is no need to remember that picnic day, the very fact that she recalls the experience so vividly shows that the pain is far from forgotten. As a grown up woman, as an elderly woman, as an adult woman, the poet declares that there is no need to remember that picnic day because she was hurt. She had painful, panic experiences. But the very fact that she recalls the experience so vividly, so clearly, even today, it shows that the pain is not forgotten. Her childhood innocence and the adult experience are expressed here very effectively. So the past and the present are juxtaposed. Her childhood innocence and adult experience are compared. Today, the world is a little more my own. No need to remember the pain. A blue frocked woman, class, caused throwing words at me like pots and pans to drain that honey colored day of peace. Why don't you join the others? What a peculiar child you are. Besides being autobiographical in nature, the poem is at once confessional in mode and candid, frank, open, and straightforward in treatment. So, the poem has two aspects. First one, it is autobiographical in nature. Second one, it is confessional in mode. in treatment. The expression of the feelings of the poetess are frank, open, straightforward. She openly expresses everything. There is nothing to hide. The poetess recalls her amateur childhood reminiscences and weighs, measures, and compares them with her present mature and experienced state of mind. So, her past hurt state of mind and her present experienced mature state of mind are compared here. Her vision changes, her view changes, opinions changes, and the perspective, view, and attitudes change. What was grave serious is now nothing to her. What made her sadder is no more painful to her since she has reached a certain stage of adult peace. So, without an experience, being innocent during childhood, everyone will have feelings or emotions in an intense level, see grave, serious level. So, the feelings, the scoldings, the abuse made her painful, panic, sad. But now, since she has become an adult, she has attained a stage of adult peace. She has peace, she became peaceful. The opening lines of the poem indicate that the poetess is speaking of the present, that is, her adult, the grown up state. Now she is in control of her conditions and situation and in a position to accept them. So she says that the world is a little more her own today than when she was a child. Being grown up, adult, she has reached a stage, a certain state, where she is in control of her conditions and situation and in a position to accept them. She is no more emotional and sentimental. So she says that the world is a little more her own today than when she was a child. The poetess recollects and recalls her past experience and records her present reaction to it. So, once again, the past and the present are correlated. The poet recollects and recalls her past experiences and records her present feelings, present reactions to the past experience. Kamala Das describes her panic experience of her childhood during a picnic arranged by her school. The blue frocked woman was their teacher. So the poet describes her teacher as, introduces her teacher as a blue frocked teacher, blue frocked woman. She saw Kamala Das sitting alone near a hedge. While all other children were playing in groups, Das was away from them. So Kamala Das, as a student, as a child, was sitting near a hedge while all other children were playing in groups. She was away from them. The teacher, on seeing this, became angry and scolded Das, calling her a peculiar girl for not joining other children by throwing hurting words at her. The teacher, the blue frocked woman, passes caustic remarks, calls Das a peculiar girl for not being able to mix well with her, and she throws hurting words at her. The young girl suffered intense pain with the arrow like words which removed her honey colored day of peace. So, the young girl, the sensitive, emotional young girl, suffered severe pain with the arrow like words shot at her, which disturbed the honey colored day of peace by her teacher. On the lawn, in clusters, sat my schoolmates, sipping sugarcane. They turned and laughed. Children are funny things. They laugh in mirth at others' tears. I buried my face in the sun-warmed hedge and smelt the flowers and the pain. Other children saw their teacher, the blue-frocked woman, during Das, hurting Das with words. Yet they went on sipping sugarcane and laughed at her happily, sitting pretty on lawns in groups. Their inhumanity, insensitivity, and indifference for her made the tender child even sadder. So, the blue frocked woman, the teacher, the insensitive, indifferent teacher hurt the child, hurt Kamala Das, throwing words at her like pants, hurting her, and all other children have seen this. They love not only this, they went on sipping sugarcane, enjoying themselves, and laughed at Kamala Das, their classmate, their friend, happily sitting pretty on lawns in groups. They were sitting in groups, in lawns, sipping sugarcane, and they laughed, they mocked at Kamala Das, being insulted and humiliated. Their inhumanity, the inhumanity, insensitivity, and indifference of her fellow students, fellow children, made the poetess still even sadder. The poetess also comments on children, saying that they are funny things who laugh at others' tears. But it's not funny. It is the what we can say sadistic tendency. Generally, children are innocent and they never do so. They do not laugh at others. They never make merry when others suffer and are sorrowful. It happens rarely. One man's meat and is another man's poison holds good in case of adults, but is not applicable to children. The poetess hid her face in the sun-warmed hedge where she sat and smelt the flowers and sensed the pain inflicted on her by their teacher. So the child sat near the hedge, sat by the hedge in the sun-warmed hedge, and she hid her face, smelt the flowers and sensed the pain inflicted on her by the teacher. The poetess buried her face because she was experiencing extreme insult. Already she was shy, she could not mix well with her fellow children, and now being hurt, being insulted, being humiliated, she could not show her face to others and buried her face, owing to the insult inflicted or caused by her teacher and the uncared for attitude of her fellow children. The uncared for attitude of her fellow children, laughing at her, sipping sugarcane, enjoying playing in groups, caused more pain to the poetess. The words are muffled now. The laughing face is only a blur. The years have sped along, stopping briefly at beloved halts and moving sadly on. My mind has found an adult peace. No need to remember that picnic day when I lay hidden by a hedge, watching the steel white sun standing lonely in the sky. Kamala Das adopts a stream of consciousness technique of narration. She juxtaposes the present and the past alternately, present and past, followed by present and past, etc. She deftly uses flashback technique. The poetess begins the poem with her present state, expressing her view that she is in control of the situation and no need to remember the pain. Then Das shifted to the past, describing the event which details her painful experience. Towards the last change of the poem, the poet again comes back to her present stand, the grown up, matured adult phase. The poet effectively makes use of this sort of alternating phases of events. The poetess records her past panic experience and revises them with her present feelings. The words which were once so harsh and hurting are now not so severe and intense, and the laughing and mocking faces only a distant, vague, unclear, and blurred images. So, the poet records her past panic experience and revises them with her present feelings. The words which were once so harsh and hurting are now not so, as because time is not only a great leveler, but time is a great healer. It heals all wounds, and the laughing and mocking faces have become blurred, mere blurred images. The years have passed in no time, stopping for a while at pleasant stages and moving on sadly. So, since the experience is a sad one, time also passes on at pleasant stages for a short while and moves on heavily, carrying heavy experiences, sad experiences, tragic experiences. She declares that her mind has found an adult peace. She also makes it clear that there is no need to remember that picnic day which remains as a tragic, sorrowful, and unpleasant memory. So the poet, now being matured, adult, grown up lady, woman, declares that she has attained adult peace. The world is her own today. No need to remember that picnic day, panic picnic day, an unpleasant memory. The poetess doesn't want to remember that day or the event when she hid her face sitting near a hedge, watching the brightly shining sun standing alone in the sky. So the sun was also standing in the sky, the brightly shining sun standing alone in the sky, and the poetess compares herself to the sun.